Hi, it's Vincent here and welcome to Electric Avenue. Today I want to talk to you about a thing called the flea circus. Now you may be wondering, what on earth has this got to do with real estate? Well, I don't know if you've ever heard of having self-limiting beliefs before, but what happens is that we tend to have this certain self-limiting belief around what sort of potential we have or what income potential we have and that type of thing. And it's interesting when you look at how they actually go about training fleas and this whole flea circus analogy, and try to bring that back to how you are and what level of performance you're at out there in the real estate space. You see, what they do is, to train fleas, they put the fleas into a jar and then they actually put a lid on top of that jar, and what happens is that the fleas jump up and they hit their head on the lid at the top of the jar. Then they jump up and they hit it again. Then they jump up, hit it again. Then they jump up, hit it again. And then after a while they go, okay, well, I'm not going to jump quite so high. And because they don't jump quite so high, they actually don't hit their head. And then the next thing what they do is they'll then jump to that same height and then to the same height because it doesn't hurt anymore. And after a while, that's the only height that the fleas actually jump to. And then you can actually go up to the jar and you can take the lid off the top of the jar and the fleas won't jump out of the jar. They've trained themselves that that is all that they can really achieve. And that's what happens with us as agents or just as individuals, that we go out there and we have this self-limiting belief around the income potential that we can achieve. The other thing that happens is sometimes with this self-limiting belief is that you may have a mindset around, say, a $50,000 a year income level, but yet you've seen a lot of other real estate agents who are great performers and you think, well, I'd really like to go from being a $50,000 a year performer to a $150,000 income a year performer, or maybe to a $200,000 a year income performer. And I've seen a lot of agents have that expectation upon themselves, but they don't actually have their own self-belief in place, and they try to take too big a jump from a $50,000 a year mindset to a $200,000 a year mindset. And after a while, after about 3 or 4 weeks, they suddenly go, well, how on earth am I going to get to there, because I've got these blockages, I've had too many no's, I've had, all these things going on that have actually made them start to go, no, look, maybe I'm only worth this sort of income. Well, what I do, or what I did when I was actually working with my staff members back in the real estate office, was that I used to sit down with them and we'd work out what they need to achieve from an income potential point of view to achieve their goals. But we would always go from where they were to then set the next level jar, so that the next level jar was always 50% more than what they were currently earning now. So let's say they were going from a $50,000 a year jar, they then went to a $75,000 a year jar. Once they actually got to on track to be earning $75,000 a year, well, then we could turn around and we could actually jump it up to the next level, which is sort of $100,000 a year. So it's amazing how you can actually move forward in that space once you start to see yourself improving and going up, and eventually the sky's the limit pretty much as to what you can achieve. But I just wanted to talk to you more about this whole self-limiting belief and the fact that a lot of people put themselves in that jar and they basically pigeonhole themselves and say, well, this is what my value is, this is what my true self-worth is, or my own self-limiting belief. And once you get your head around that and understand that sometimes you may actually be putting a lid on your income potential, that's when you can really start to think about, okay, what do I want to be focused on and what can I truly earn out there in this real estate space. So that's been today's show. I hope you got a lot of value out of that today. And if you've got any comments or any questions, please post them underneath or contact me via Twitter or Facebook. But I look forward to catching up with you on the next episode, and hopefully you'll be in a position where you can just take that lid off and just throw it away and start to really think about where you can actually go and what you can perform out there in your marketplace. So once again, thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next show. See you then. Bye.